nothing better than the living God. There's nothing better than the living God. Ask and he will give. Seek and you will find. There's nothing better than the living God. There's nothing better than the living God.
Good evening. Welcome, everybody. We're Mark and Kim. So glad you could join us this evening. Welcome to the King's Table. Tonight, we are going to be getting into 3 specific questions. If you have not been a part of the King's Table, if you haven't been part of the King's Table, it is your first time, we welcome you to the broadcast. We know that many of you are enjoying the programs. We thank you for your comments because we will take time to post your comments. But right now, here's what we're asking from you. We need you to grab a notepad and a pen, of course, your Bible, and be prepared to actually absolutely go into 3 questions. This is the night that you and I get to communicate together. We're excited. You get to communicate with us. Kim and I get to communicate back with you. And everybody else gets to basically get to listen to everything that you're going to be putting in and typing in and texting in all your answers. Remember, 3 questions and 3 answers. Yes. Nobody loses, everybody wins, and we all learn from each other and we all grow from each other.
Yes.
So, but hey, listen, what we're going to do at this time, we're going to go into some announcements. And I'm laughing because my dog ran out. Well, we actually kept her in the room and then she ran out.
That's why he's laughing. Okay.
So anyway, go listen to these announcements. We want you to be a part of it. It is Rosh Hashanah coming up on September 17th. We want you to join in and be a part. Make plans, take a vacation, come out to this area, Corona, California, and join us on September 17th as we celebrate Rosh Hashanah together. Okay, go ahead, watch these announcements, and we'll be right back right after this and get right back into the King's Table.
Attention parents. The House campus is offering Zoom services for our King kids. The ages are from 5 to 11 years old. Services are on Sundays at 10:30 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. All Zoom King Kids Zoom services is monitored and taught by the House campus staff. All you parents have to do is just start by going to zoom.com. Click on Join top right. Then select Join Meeting. Lastly, enter the Zoom ID number and passcode information you see on your screen, and that's it. Let your children enjoy 30 minutes of Bible learning for their age. We hope to see them there.
We know God is good. We want to hear from you. Are you experiencing your new sweet year? Are you celebrating or rejoicing because God has rained on your seeds planted? If that is you, send in your new sweet year audio testimony with a picture of yourself to our messenger at the House campus. We can't wait to share and celebrate with you. It's time to make provision. The House campus would like to invite you out to participate in our Rosh Hashanah event that is coming in September 2023. Held at the Eagle Glen Golf Course in the city of Corona, California. It will be a place where eagles dwell and kings rule. So, let's take a quick peek of the facility. Because you don't want to miss the fellowship, the laughter, the food, the communion, and the festivities on that day in honoring Yahweh's feast. Event will be held on September 17, 2023. Doors open at 4 p.m. and ends at 6 p.m. The following ticket cost per adult is $35, and the cost per child, age 5 years old to 15 years old, is $25. All ticket purchases are due by August 31, 2023, and can be purchased by calling 1-951-427-4400 Monday through Thursday, or you can mail in your monies to the following address: 3233 Arlington Avenue, Suite 201, Riverside, California, 92506. If traveling from out of state, there are a few hotels in the area that can accommodate you. They are as followed: Residence Inn by Marriott in Corona, 92879. Ayers Hotel in Corona, 92879. Spring Hill Suites by Marriott in Corona, 92881. The nearest airports are Ontario Airport and John Wayne Airport. So make your provision early. It will be your time for you to enjoy the feast. Thank you for taking the quick peek of the facility with us. We can't wait to see you then.
Hello. Welcome everybody back to the program. We're Mark and Kim. So glad you guys can join us tonight. It looks like we're going to have a good crowd tonight. Yeah. Welcome to the King's Table. The King's Table is where 3 questions that we are going to propose for you this evening. They are very good questions, and it's a Q&A. So if you're joining us for the very first time, you had yet to participate at the King's Table, well, tonight you're going to enjoy it. You know, one of the things is that many people will look at your comments and they will enjoy your comments, and more importantly, they're learning from your responses. You know, I think that that's what's most important, and how individuals can learn from your responses, because it's like part of your ministry as well. You get to minister back to the people, and you also are sharing with us that me, and both Kim and I are doing the proper job, that you are getting your information from your Father's letter, and you're not getting it from any man. So all your responses are going to be right down the line. It should be right there in line with what Yah has already said in His Word. Now, before we get started, I do want to preference that the next 2 chapters are going to be so vital for us to listen to. So, if you can have everybody watching those next 2 chapters, because there's so much that we've all been misinformed about, especially about the return of the Lord, what to expect. There is a lot of details that are going to come out of that, down to how we will be acting, responding, how Satan's going to be acting and responding. There is just a lot of details, and you're not going to have to be concerned about what's going on. And it also talks about a lot of things about the economy. Okay, the economy we're going to get into, about what it will look like prior to both Lucifer showing up and Yahshua showing up. So we're going to talk about that in these next 2 chapters, but you're going to see it, and then more importantly, you're going to notice it for today. So you're just not going to, see certain things that, like what we're seeing going on right now on Fox and on MSNBC or any news channel, and the wars, the rumors of wars. You got the rebellion with Russia fighting each other internally.
Right.
Don't even worry about all that
stuff.
stuff.
That has nothing to do with us. I mean, in that standpoint.
Yeah, but these are things that are supposed to happen, and it's going to carry on, and it's going to get worse and worse.
Just rejoice.
and as you see,
I'm sorry.
See the abuse of power, or the abuse of or just the uproar in governments, all of this is part of it. And I'm excited to watch it. All the confusion. This is all part of the signature of Lucifer, and he's showing his hand.
Right. Exactly. He's showing his hands. And good evening. I'm so glad you guys tuned in. I'm Kim Thomas. Well, I'm so excited because where we're at today, and knowing what we know just by what we have read so far in this book of Revelation. I'm more excited about what's taking place throughout the religious sector, throughout the world sector, just looking at how we are free from it all.
Yeah, we are so free.
So it doesn't matter what you see. That's why it's written that you will hear all these things, but yet
You won't be touched.
You won't be touched, but yet you won't be touched. So you can hear all those things that sound so horrible or sound so wicked. At the end of the day, it cannot touch you. That is the most exciting part.
I mean, it's happening all around us, you guys. All around us. Down to how families are being wiped out or destroyed or just tragically killed or murdered.
Right.
I mean, none of that is going to come your way. It's not going to come to your front door.
That's right.
And you are more protected right now, being sealed, than you ever have been before. And then you're also going to notice that on the religious side, the religion is going to start taking on its own shape.
That's right. You can see that happening.
You see that now, because we're going to find out on how Lucifer, when he gets here, he's going to have the biggest Christian revival. He don't use that word Christian.
They always want revival too.
He wants revival, yeah, and that's going to happen.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
and I just keep going back in my meditation, and I pull back in my meditation and bring it to the forefront.
Yes.
And I just over and over again, over and over again, all I look at is where we're at today.
Yes.
And what we get to receive tomorrow.
What we get to receive tomorrow.
Okay, you just grab that, y'all. Where you at today? Just think about where you at today and look at what you get tomorrow. Even in the midst of famine, you will be blessed. That's
right.
So if you feel like are you experiencing famine, not the way the world's talking about, if you're experiencing famine on the way Joseph has experienced and has set it up on today's time, if you look at how he did things, you will see that you will be satisfied. You won't hunger. You won't be in debt. All things, you'll see stuff being canceled out like, how the heck? Your brain will say, how the heck? But you know how in the heck it happened. But your physical flesh will automatically be like, how is that possible? But your spirit man will tell you how it is possible. So I know that's how I'm feeling, and that's what I'm experiencing. And to see today that if I could just had just 1 ounce of this 4 or 5, 6 or 7 years ago, how of a difference it would have been in my life. But I can't look at that now. But I'm just saying, God, if I would just have just a mustard seed of this.
Yeah, and you're gonna see that this was the time, this was the hour, this is what you had questions about, being that little girl on the playground or being that little boy where everything, like, what is life about? And now to discover that you are absolutely were called and chosen to be
right,
to be, called out.
Right.
It's
peculiar,
and you're
apart.
set apart,
Yeah.
peculiar, and you're like, wow,
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah, that's like,
Hey, I really am. And then you start going, okay,
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with myself today, and I started thinking about the day of the Lord. Like, what am I going to be doing on the day of the Lord? Am I going to be teaching?
Right.
Am I going to be one of your teachers?
Right.
And many of us are going to be. What am I going to be doing on the day of the Lord? Or what am I going to be doing when at the sixth trump? I get to witness so much in business in these next few years. And depending upon what's going to happen in 2024 with the elections, it's going to tell us a whole lot more too. So we're gonna get to see firsthand on how Lucifer, the beast, and we're gonna get into that later, but not tonight. But I'm excited for the next couple of weeks that you're gonna hear some mighty, he's going to reveal to us and open up certain things. You don't want to miss these next, I mean, obviously you don't want to miss any of the entire book of Revelation, but you want to start collecting those links, you know, those links to each chapter. And, you know, somebody want a birthday gift, there you go.
Right. Yeah.
Send them all them links at one time, you know. Say, hey, look, start from the top, go to the bottom. So I wonder how many people are collecting those links, by the way. But you want to...
It's life. This book of Revelation is life-changing because it changes your status.
change your status. Oh, it will change your
Yes.
status.
When you grab a hold of
When you grab a hold of it,
Yeah.
you will notice, and I saw somebody put down here, Adrian, about you know, you see it more clear. You're talking about a part of the five. In other words, you can see very clearly who are in that five. You start going, okay, you know, you got the language now. Your Ephesus, you know, are the uppity ups, you know, they take care of the neighborhood and everything. You can kind of see where they all fit at. And you start going Pergamos, Thyatira, Sardius, and then you look at Laodicean. Those are the five. And you start seeing how they function in the earth realm. And then pretty soon you're going, wow. Then the Spirit of the Lord begins to talk to you. The Ruach HaKodesh begins to even speak to you even more about him and breaks it down on the inside of you. So it's very exciting to...
Yeah, see, that's what he does. The Ruach does for you. But for me, it does the opposite. It says, okay, I need to find every individual that has a Philadelphia or Samaritan mindset. I don't even focus on the five.
Looking at the other five.
Like how the
Yeah,
Lord
I
talks
see
to
the
you.
five, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even care about the five. I like, because I already know you're...
It's kind of the banking story I gave.
Yeah. I'm
You know,
like,
the banker, he trains his people on regular dollars and not on counterfeit dollars. But other banks are training their people on counterfeit money instead of the regular money. Yeah.
And I just look forward to, I look at what is real. So we know that he was pleased with 2 of the 7.
So let's look at the 2.
Look at the 2. I mean, that's what he's looking at. Even though he's got his angels, those 7 out
And
there
you know,
being
the
documented.
thing is that when I look at the 5, I always had this in mind, is what they would say. The Lord spoke to me, right? And they would go off and teach with compassion. But now I know that Ephesus is a spirit. Pergamos is a spirit. Laodicean is the anointing that they're functioning under. So they do feel it.
Right. And I get why I'm always going to use me as an example when I'm doing, why I clashed. Because I didn't fit. I couldn't get in there.
Didn't fit.
Yes.
So walking around with a Samaritan anointing, it's a Samaritan anointing, and it's also a Philadelphia anointing. That's a presence that makes you reject the seed of Cain in its language. It makes you push away somebody that, because when you imagine how you inhaled the name Yahshua HaMashiach. And now it's very easy to say, you know what, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, that is not his name.
Right.
Okay, and that's no problem for me.
Right.
Right? Why is that? Because people are called out.
Right.
And that's what people...
And yeah, why is that? And then they'll turn around and say, well, why don't you have compassion for me not understanding? Because that's how those spirits work. Because they're seeking compassion for their rebellion.
Yeah.
Rebellious
So,
mindset,
because a lot of times what people don't understand is that when the enemy shows up, he will deceive the whole world. And he will have access to those who are not sealed, that didn't believe, that were never taught. They were only taught man's messages or what they felt that was going on at the time. The Lord is telling me this, the Lord is telling me that, and this, and try to do the advisory thing. You know, they want to advise everybody, but they don't want to, take someone through an article or subject matter and allow them to understand what is the Lord what has He already said. What's so wrong with what He's already said versus what you got to say.
Right. Exactly.
And so they're not interested in that.
Right.
The entire this word Christian community, they have rejected, and they are
the
rejected.
religious community in general.
Yeah, the five
Yeah.
have rejected what thus saith the Lord. They will say, what thus saith the verse.
Yeah.
They'll pull the verse out
And twist that out.
and twist that out
yeah.
and make it become their own message. And that's the way that they deliver the word. And they feel that spirit.
And the only reason why, because this is the King's Table, the only reason why I'm talking like this is because this is the time of building your posture. At this table, this is where it's okay to walk in boldness. It's okay. It's okay to express your confidence in who you are and your confidence concerning where you sit in what he said was pleasable,
Right.
which was a Samaritan, and it was the Philadelphia. I'm totally confident that I sit right there. And being confident is okay. You don't, I don't know why I got to keep expressing this. I don't, because a lot of people out there want you to be in this position of, you know, the me. What about me? What about me? And it's never about, well, what about me, myself, and I. So let me see, who's this?
Yep. And I get to me, myself, and I.
Yeah, and the whole point of having that attitude is because that's how y'all will set it up to work out your salvation, to work out who you are with him. He never assigned you to worry about everybody else. We assigned ourselves, and we assigned ourselves because the religious community built this empire around your thinking of
how you're supposed to morally act to everybody.
And
It was never written.
Yeah, it was never written. And what was written on how to morally act was totally the opposite of what they're saying. And that's why they didn't want you to act that way, because the way that is written is to stand strong and be bold and speak up.
But you can't do that.
And can't do that.
Right.
And that's where,
That's the eggshell walking.
yeah, and I'm not good at eggshell. So I already know where I fit. I already know. I was telling Mark the other day, I said, I already know who I was hanging with in heaven. I already know. I already know that I was not one of them.
And that's what really irked me when I finally had come across the word and realized the word gospel. When I looked at the word and knew that it was called the Basora, it was never called the gospel. Okay, it never was the good news, right? And I found out that was a mockery
Right.
of our Father's letter.
Exactly.
I was hot.
Right.
I was sizzling hot to find out that, because you will understand that if you understand why you here, how did you get into your mother's womb? If you can understand that, and you go back to the first earth age and you see yourself,
Because I say it's written.
it's written, and you could, like
Yeah.
when we was going over that, we were in heaven. We were sitting there, and Satan was there, Lucifer was there, he was there doing his thing, and we're going to find a lot more about it in the next two chapters, chapter 12 and 13. You guys are going to hear this. This guy is sitting there, he already knows you. He knows your name. When he see you, he going to talk to you.
Yes.
Because he knows you don't have memory. So when he comes and visits, and when he comes on the sixth trump, everybody that's walking on the planet, he will know them by their name. He will know exactly who they were in heaven, but you won't be able to recall him.
Right.
You won't be able to recall him, because that's been erased. It's now up to you to decide whether or not you're going to believe.
The time is now.
Yeah. If you're going to do exactly what he says to do now, if you believe him,
Yep,
the
you
Most
believe,
High,
yes.
that's what you have to do. All right, guys.
Yes, yes.
Hey, listen, again, welcome everybody to the broadcast. We're Mark and Kim. Welcome to the King's Table.
Yes.
This is where we get to read your comments. We're going to propose 3 questions to you, and we're excited about that. And again, I like what you're saying there. Again, a lot of things people didn't put into perspective until the 3 earth ages. And we're going to hear more about those 3 earth ages very soon. Okay? And we're going to, especially coming into chapter 12, we're going to hear that. I can't wait to get to 12 and 13. I'm really excited. I was excited so we can get into, we're just going to get into a lot, and there's going to be a lot there. All right.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. I'm excited. I'm excited because I don't know. I'm just so excited. I can't even.
If you're with us for the first time and you've never been with us for the first time,
Yeah.
especially if you're watching in the backdrop, you haven't clicked on, we want to ask you to go ahead and subscribe to the broadcast. That will be helpful. Subscribe to the broadcast and also click on notifications. We want to hear directly from you, and we want to build it till we get to 1,000. So we're excited about that. Okay, and so we're excited about that. So we're gonna get right into it.
Yeah.
All right.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's rock and roll. Okay, guys. Now, Mark, you know he's good at giving, asking those
I'm
questions.
coming.
So get your notepad that you've been taking notes on from the last beginning chapter 1 all the way up to chapter 11, because I don't know, he's got it going. So I give you those. That's all.
Let's give another preview.
Yeah.
Let's just tell let's let them know.
Yeah.
Let them know. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You ready?
Now you guys gotta remember
Yeah.
3 questions
Second question.
based on previous teachings, and if you never watched before,
Yes.
you
Fine,
probably
fine.
can answer it
Yeah.
as well. Why? Because if
It never hurts to
it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
All right.
Learning is a blessing because it helps the mind to grow and to expand. So whether you're wrong or right, it doesn't matter. It's never a wrong question, and it's never a question that I don't think I should answer it because I don't want to be wrong. So,
Or be embarrassed or something
embarrassed.
like that. Yeah.
Never that. So it's always good to participate. So,
Let's
here
get
we go.
ready.
Woo. So, what time is it?
What time is it?
It is feast time.
Feast time.
Because Mark about to feast on y'all.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Question number 1.
Question number 1. What was the subject matter for Revelations chapter 11? Subject matter.
Subject matter.
Why is this important? Because by now you should be teachers. Yeah. Remember that when Paul said that?
Yeah.
He said, by now y'all should be teachers.
Y'all should
Okay.
be teachers.
All right. So here we go. What was the subject matter in Revelations chapter 11? Now, why is this important? Because each chapter has its own subject matter.
Yes.
And you need to know. You need to start being able to figure out what the subject matter is. But it's clearly, there's no way you can not notice it. So what is the subject matter in chapter 11 of the book of Revelations? We'll wait for you guys and everybody for your answer. We like to see some of the men respond. We know you sit in the backdrop and listen. It would be great if we can hear from some of the male figures. And then also those of you that have gifts, you're because sometimes a lot of people that are in ministry, they won't click on, they don't want nobody to see their name, but you can answer too.
Yeah.
All right. You can answer too to help those who are watching. Again, what was the subject matter, or what is the subject matter for Revelations chapter 11?
I'm loving this because I'm learning from them too.
Yeah, I'm learning from it too. So,
That's what I like about it.
all right. So we're gonna let you guys do that. In the meanwhile, we're gonna just continue to talk about just the book of Revelations in general. I had been my heart.
I love it. They correct each other. You know that's the wrong answer. I love it, guys.
My
I love
heart,
it. Yes.
my heart has just been at so much peace because knowing that those that are viewing have their own relationship.
Right.
When Lucifer shows up, I'm not going to have to worry about those that are learning the book of Revelations. Like, man, are they sealed? Are they going to be okay? What you're going to have, the only person you have to be mindful of is the ones that you've been telling that think that you're wrong. The danger is this. You have to get to the place where and realize that some of them, when the fake one shows up first, they're going to run to him and say, oh, please, I need you to go and save my mom. I need you to save my sister. I need you to save them because, Jesus, they really love you. They just don't believe it's really you. And that's what he means by that on that day, that you'll be brought up into the synagogues. So you'll be brought. They'll trick you and make you go to a building, and Jesus, the fake Jesus, will be there because they think that you're going to go to hell if you don't receive him.
Right.
And you're going to have to kindly embarrass him and rebuke him. But the word says on that day but don't prepare yourself to say anything. So you'll be. That's when it says the daughter will come against the mother, the father, the son. All that is going to happen when Lucifer shows up. So it's important to realize that. Okay.
The answers, the question.
Oh, the answers are coming in?
Yeah, and I let it up 3 times for 2 minutes each. So
okay,
you want to give the answer or talk about it before we give the answer? Because they're coming in.
Okay, so the answers are coming in. All right, let's go ahead and start. Let's look at seeing some of these answers.
Okay. I gotta figure out which ones was it.
Okay, looks like Jamie started it off.
Yeah, Jamie started off. Okay.
Jamie, let's see. You putting everything on the. Let's go over here. We're gonna let everybody see.
Jamie said.
Those that are watching. 2 witnesses. Well, where did you get that from? Okay. Mariah says. The subject matter is Elijah and Moses, the 2 witnesses.
Okay.
Interesting.
Adrian says.
The 2 witnesses. Interesting.
Okay. Dr. Rosetta, she said.
Dr. Rosetta says the subject matter is the 2 witnesses of Yahshua prophesying.
Okay.
All right.
Valerie Cruz.
I think Dr. Rosetta got really excited.
I know.
And Valerie Haynes Cruz put 2 witnesses. Interesting.
So.
And we got
okay.
Janice.
2 witnesses. Okay.
Okay.
And she's got 2 witnesses.
Janice puts 2 witnesses. Okay. And Allie comes up with she says the 2 witnesses that the event will happen again, standing with Elohim. All right. Interesting.
Terrell
Kirby. I will give power unto my 2 witnesses. So again, if you're joining us for the first time, the question was, what was the subject matter? Now, if there wasn't a subject matter, nobody would be answering.
Right. But there is a subject matter. Right?
So while you guys are still providing your answers and what you believe the subject matter is, a lot of people that are watching don't understand subject matter. They go to a verse church, meaning they just pull out a verse and they make it say whatever they feel at the time because that's what they following the traditions of man. And then they talk about, well, the traditions of man make the word of God not effective, but in reality, they're following the traditions of man. They're just making it bloom different, blossom different.
Right.
But the subject matter is the most important part of any article. We call articles, we say article, but it's a chapter.
Yeah, you got subject matter.
Yeah. And so it is great when you can absolutely identify what the subject matter is and the object in the subject matter. And then soon understand the verbs. Because some of the verbs will go back to an object inside the subject matter.
So the subject matter is really like articles, right? Is that what you
No, we got the article is the whole thing.
Right.
The subject matter
is out of the articles.
Right.
It comes out of the articles. Then you have your object.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. 4.
Okay. And,
Put your thing on silent.
oh. So we have the article, which is the entire chapter. The subject matter, you usually will find within the first 5 verses.
Okay.
And then after that, that subject matter, there should be bullet points in there, which are objects. Okay? Sheila puts down, the 2 witnesses will give prophecy. Okay, I think we got enough in there. Is there anybody else that wants to make mention of what they believe and know to be true? Because all these people can be wrong. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity, because, you know, sometimes people follow each other just to make sure that they oh, it looks like everybody's saying the same things. I'm following. Right. But remember, Satan shows up and deceives the whole world.
Right.
He deceives everybody who's willing to follow somebody.
Right, right.
So when you do the subject matter, you better know that that's the subject matter.
Right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. So I hope you guys all believe that that's the subject matter. Dr. Rosetta? Okay, 2 from heaven, the prophet.
That's funny.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you ready, dear?
Do we got any more?
No.
No more? Okay. All right. Subject matter.
Answer.
We'll give the answer right here. And the answer is the 2 witnesses. Yes. The 2 witnesses arrive, and what they'll be doing and what the world will see and experience. So the answer is the arrival of the 2 witnesses is the subject matter. Here's why I'm so excited about this answer. I'm so excited. You know why?
Right.
Because ain't nobody can tell y'all nothing.
Amen.
When you open up that word, you're gonna know that subject matter. What you talking about? They don't need nobody to tell them.
The confidence.
The confidence that they were just like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
And that's where the enemy don't want you to be at. He
Yeah.
don't want you to have no confidence.
He don't want you to have that confidence.
So let alone have confidence in the word, because when you have confidence in what you know and you know what is right, he cannot stand it.
Dr. Rosetta's probably on pins and needles. Hey, listen, guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited when I'm seeing it. I can't even describe it. Because remember, how long ago, and I kept waiting for the time to ask that question, because when we started teaching on the subject matter, it was a long time ago.
Right.
Long time ago. But I never asked that question during any of the King's Table on purpose.
On purpose.
I said on that. I thought about that the first time because everybody was like, "What's the subject matter? I don't understand the subject matter." And I was like, "Oh, we in trouble.
Yeah.
We in trouble." I said, "Lord, wait, I can't present these people to you because they don't even know they don't even understand the subject matter.
Yep.
If they don't understand the subject matter,
that's right.
You are in big trouble.
Because that means the enemy could be with you.
That means that the enemy can be with you. Mm-hmm. Remember, what was the subject matter? And when you look at the subject matter and the sealing of that, right? So when you're learning it, then that's why when Yahshua said, take heed that no man deceives you.
Right.
You know that what was the subject matter? It was about the end of the age. Mm-hmm. And the first thing he said is, here's the seal. Boom. Put this on your forehead. Take heed that no man deceive you. Well, when he did that, he proved the point that in the garden, Adam was given a command, a seal. Do not do this. Put that on your forehead. What did he do? See how slick Lucifer was? He talked him out of his sealing.
Yep. He talked him right out of it. Snatched
that seal right off him. Like
whatever little bit you had, he snatched it right out of your head.
Snatched it right out of your head. So that's what he's planning on doing when he arrives. Oh, I don't care if they think they sealed. But this time, what y'all did, he said this. Whoever sealed whoever's sealed, you can't touch them. You can't touch them.
And there's a reason why he says that too. One, he said it, and two, you don't understand the results behind if you do try to approach him.
Yeah, but see but now you remember he said you can't
touch him.
you can't touch him.
Right.
And like you think Adam was bad, you better not go mess with these ones, because we are going to be grotesquely. We're going to see his moves and his kindness as abomination.
Yes. You remember you talk about that bitter in the belly. The
the bitter in the belly.
But your mouth is full of wisdom. But
Yeah.
the bitter of the belly
Yeah.
is like, ooh.
And you're going to have the wisdom to deal with him.
Yes.
And you're just going to be irritated because he's going to be so
he thought he could
he's going to be so nice and manipulative, because he cannot
Spoon out.
he cannot poison you without your reverence.
Woo!
And he's not going to get any reverence from those who's been sealed.
No respect.
He's going to come like a savior. He's not coming mean, y'all. But the Christian church thinks he's coming to tear everything up. It's going to be all hell down here. It's going to be busted loose, because they are in fear.
Right.
They've been watching too many devil movies.
Too much Hollywood.
Yeah, all Hollywood's in their head, and there ain't no monsters like that. So
No, they're coming like you said, like light. like they're so special,
Yeah.
precious.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, he's coming beautiful. Why you think he was beautiful? He gonna be handsome when he show up. Nice.
I got to use this analogy. This not analogy, but this what happened. I'll never forget it. It was with Vicky, Red, our assistant, and it was years ago. And when we had our church building years ago in Norco, and there was this lady that came in that had it was a whole lot going on, but Vicky went to go talk to her because she thought she had some type of voice. She goes to sit down with the lady, and the lady touched her and say, "Baby," do that. And Vicky jumped up and said, "I'm not your." The reason why she jumped up because of the manipulation spirit, because you did wrong, and now you about to be in a position of correction. This is how the enemy works. Now you're gonna come in this nice, cutting, compassionate person. That's how he's gonna operate. But are you going to take that as, oh, they didn't really mean it? Or are you going to take it how Vicky took it, stood up and said, not today? So I see that, and I see how it's just working in us as the called out ones. That we didn't even know we were called out, but it bounced in us when we see something that wasn't right. We didn't have the reserve of not saying or the mindset of, well, no, I won't do that because it's not right. We never had that, and that's why I believe, honey, when we're here right now and we're learning this, and we see that how important it is to understand the subject matter, understand the object, and understand the verb, is because there's going to come a point where he's going to try to come and walk up on you.
And he's not going to be able to do that. But we're going to be so sick and irritated of his mess when he arrives.
You're right.
And when he arrives, he is going to arrive in Israel claiming that he's God.
That's right.
And everything he's going to do is going to be abomination to our ears. And we're going to be irritated.
Right.
But the rest of the world is going to follow him hook, line, and sinker, because they already have the mark of the beast. And you know how they have the mark of the beast right now? Because the mark of the beast is a mindset. And guess what the first mark is? Take heed that no man deceive you.
And that's exactly.
And that mark is part of, they think they're flying away. Well, so those of you watching in the background, there is no rapture. You're not flying away. Okay? And they're willing to believe that now.
Right. And deception is not something that's noticeable. He's a master at it. So
he got them believing that they're going to be an actual some kind of chip. Or that the jab. Oh, they stuck the jab.
Yeah.
They put a chip in me.
Right.
Oh, that's the mark of the beast.
Or you really gonna fly away.
Yeah, you're gonna really fly away. or you're gonna get some chip in you,
Right.
on your hand or on your forehead,
Or the earth is going to be totally destroyed.
destroyed or whatever.
Right.
Are they just like?
Yeah. And it's because of how they gotta really understand that he is a master at what he
If
he
a
does.
chip could change your attitude,
A whole
Think
lot
about
of
it.
people need some chips.
think about it. If a chip could really change your attitude, they really believe that a chip is going to toss you to hell. Mm-hmm. That's so stupid.
Right.
And he's laughing. He's laughing. They honestly believe that I'm going to put a chip in them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, come and chip me from head to toe and tattoo me with 666. I'm still going to serve my Most High.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still serving y'all. Because you can't change this.
Right. Right.
The chip ain't going to change what's up in here.
That's right.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we want to keep on going.
We want to keep on going.
All right.
What are they saying first?
They're in there talking to each other right now.
Allie said what?
Just close the door.
No.
Okay. All right, guys.
Let's go.
Let's get ready for question number 2. And and you got to read it. You got to read it well now. Read it very well. Pay close attention.
Here we go.
All right.
Don't rush it.
Because this is a dual question here. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Here we go. How long will it be after the 2 witnesses are killed before Yahushua arrives? How long will it be? Now, why is this important? Because it's a time clock. If you guys grab this one, I'm going to jump up and throw the phone.
No, we gonna be rejoicing. Yeah, that's what he might throw the phone, but he ain't gonna throw it.
Yeah. So how long
How long?
will it be after the 2 witnesses are killed before Yahushua arrives? Yeshua the King. Okay. So while they're doing that, again, people are jumping on the rapture thing so bad, and they really believe that they're going to be flying away from here. And here's the thing they can't answer. And let's make it simple for you. How many times is Yahshua going to come back? It's a simple statement. Is he coming back once? Or is he coming back twice?
Right.
And they all going to say once. So how is he going to get stuck in the air?
Right. And why would the things that they mathematically don't even, it's common sense. So if I
they'll
flying in a plane, all of a sudden
what they'll say is, he's gonna show up and pause. He's gonna show all the way up, and stop while he's halfway in the air.
or yeah, it's just something. It's just
Then we're gonna get caught up in the sky. Then we're gonna go and have this marriage supper lamb and come back. It don't even make sense. And here's the thing about it. Every ounce and every scripture that they talk about, it's very easy to look in the book of Revelation and see that you're completely wrong, and look at 2 Thessalonians and understand it too. 1 Thessalonians and 2 Thessalonians. You got to realize that the assembly or your church, the church is not the subject matter.
say that one more time, honey.
The subject matter in Thessalonica is not the church going nowhere. It's about him and the assemblies gathering together. It's not about going anywhere. It's about gathering.
Sure, that's good to know.
I was taught. Tyra says I was taught that he would come back twice, and
Right. Everybody was taught that.
Yeah, we were taught that too. So we were taught that he's going
And
to show.
it's so interesting that we were all taught that. Then I want to slap myself because I'm like, and when I read it,
Well, we were taught that, but we were never told where to read it at.
Yeah.
They just pulled out. They did the verse thing on us. You know, when it says we will be caught up in the cloud.
Yes.
Like because they didn't know what they was reading. They thought the cloud meant atmosphere instead of like a gathering, like you know.
Oh, she said how she was taught. She said
Yeah.
first for the church and first for the battle Satan.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's how it was taught to us. That's how it was taught to us. Yeah. Yeah. And then they said, oh, and then we'll meet him in the air.
Yeah.
Meet who in the air? Yeah, they didn't know what.
Are we gonna be in the air just talking?
But see, the air, they didn't know there was talking about. It was talking about how you'll be changed in the spirit, but the
But it
air.
don't even mention it. It don't mention it like that. The way they say
the
it.
way that they're saying it is like there's a gathering place in the air somewhere. And the word air there is not talking about atmosphere.
Right.
And so, but they didn't know it. But that's why Paul came back in 2 Corinthians and had to fix it. Because they were freaking out. Thought they had to go up in the air. And like Paul, like, whoa. Okay? None of that. We're going to get together. We're going to gather together with the Lord. But first, there's going to be a falling away. And then the son of perdition is going to show up. It's pretty simple.
Yes. Yes. And it's, I mean, that's exactly how it says it.
Yeah,
It's boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
No interpretation.
You don't need no interpretation. To
Okay.
me, falling away, and then the man of
sorry,
sin
y'all.
will be revealed. Son of perdition. All right. All right, guys, there's the question there. Again, how long will it be after the two witnesses are killed before Yahshua arrives? All right, let's see. All right, we like your answers. But again, and everybody, they only hang everything on that one verse, because you got to realize there's got to be,
It's only one verse.
it's only one statement.
And then they don't even and they don't understand the subject matter.
They don't understand the subject matter. Why did he say that? First of all, they don't even know what language he was speaking there. He was speaking their colloquial Greek at that time.
Right.
And then he came back, and he had to fix it because they were going. He's told them that, hey, don't be under pressure for everything we just taught you, okay? Because you freaking out. And then here's the thing. He says that the trump of God, right? And when he said the dead would rise first, because they have already risen.
Yeah. That's the point.
They have already risen. And we that are alive and remain
Yeah.
shall be caught up. In other words, changed
Yeah.
in a twinkling of an eye into our spiritual bodies.
Yeah.
So why does that have to happen? Because you can't be judged in the flesh. At the last trump, it says. What is the last trump? What is the last trump? The seventh trump is the last trump. Didn't we just go over that? The seventh trump. Okay? It tells us very plain and simple in the book of Revelation. We're not flying anywhere.
We're not flying anywhere. And I really don't understand why that concept came when the earth is the Lord. Like, who's gonna be on this earth? Like, okay, if so he just gonna leave it empty?
He's going to leave it empty. I guess that's what they think. He's going to leave it empty.
Like, cause I'm like, I know he said we gonna rule and reign. So where we ruling and reign? Can't rule and reign in heaven.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, and so, but to read First Thessalonians and read it wrong, and because what they don't understand is that he said he hated the prophets that taught his people, that hunted for souls. Hunted, that's what he said. They were hunting for souls to teach his people to fly away. And they tie up his hands, like they put cloths over his hands, tie his hands up. And he says, they teach my people to fly away.
Look at what Sarah said.
Yeah, I saw what Sarah said.
like that.
And he gathers the tribes of Yahudah from the four corners of the earth. Yeah, we're not flying. And that's absolutely right, Sarah. And he does that. That's after the and we again we read that and went over that in chapter 10. Okay, that's the wheat and the tare. Remember we talked about the wheat and the tare? Okay, and that's when he comes and gathers, and that happens.
We did it 3 times already. So you want to give the answers?
Yes, let's go.
There's a lot of
Let's
them in
go.
here.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go over the answers here. Let's go. Who started off first?
Mikhail, on the looks of it.
Mikhail starts.
Here
All
we
right.
go.
What was Mikhail's answer? Oh, I don't know if that's right.
I don't know that's right either. I don't know. Let's go.
Valerie
Valerie.
Cruz Haynes, 3.5 days or 72 hours.
Okay.
Uh,
Sarah. McKelson,
Sarah-
yeah.
Because
Because McKelson, I'm driving, so.
okay,
Sarah.
Sarah put immediately. It's okay. And
Adrian.
Adrian put 3 days. Okay.
Janice.
Janice put 3.5 days. Okay.
And then Jamie Chance said
At that hour. Okay.
Okay. And then Terrell Kirby said 3.5 days.
Where y'all getting the half part from? Interesting.
Interesting. And
Okay.
then Mariah.
No, and then Adrian puts
Oh, I don't have Adrian. Wait, you
3
missing-
days later.
Oh no, you skipping Mariah.
Okay, it just comes up yours different. Go ahead.
Who you got?
Just go in your order.
Okay.
It will be 3.5 days after the witnesses are killed by Lucifer. Okay.
Okay. Then Adrian's
3 days later.
Allie.
Okay. Allie puts 3.5 days later, Yahshua will show up. Okay.
And then Dr. Rosetta. She said
3.5 days. They will, the Ruach Hakadish will enter into them and they will return into heaven. But why is 10 days on my mind? Okay, I'll tell you about that.
okay. Then Sheila. She got
3.5 days. Oh, she went back to the border.
Oh, she says I'm driving. Dr. Rosetta said
Nope, that's not the answer, King.
Okay.
Okay, let me answer some of your guys' questions before we give you the answer. Rosetta, Dr. Rosetta, why do you got 10 days on your mind? It's the 10 days is because that's going to be, it's 10 days before, okay, 10 days before Lucifer shows up. And so we can see that in chapter 10. It's actually 10 days before Lucifer shows up. Okay. Let me see who else here. Jamie.
No, she put it at the bottom.
Oh, she said 3.5 days.
I think she was. Everybody must be driving.
Okay. No, it's great. You guys are up. And then I think Jamie. Okay, Jamie, you put it at that hour, but you came back in and you fixed it to 3.5. I think a couple of you said 3 days. Sarah said immediately. But hey, listen, I'm glad that everyone is answering. So let's go ahead and make sure everybody has the right answer. We're going to put it on your screen right now. And here is the answer. It is actually 3.5 days. You'll be able to go to the scripture to see this as well. It is beautiful because it's the actual time clock of when Yahshua will arrive. 3.5 days, Lucifer will kill them, okay, both Elijah and Moses, and they will be laid in the streets. And for that 3.5 days, people are going to absolutely party and be happy, especially the Christians, and especially the fake Jews, the ones with the black top hats. So they're going to be all happy that they killed them, and they're going to be celebrating the streets, and they're going to be handing each other gifts.
Right.
And they're going to look at their bodies. They won't even have the decency to bury them because they're going to mock them because they were tormented by them, meaning that they couldn't handle the words that were coming out their mouth and the destruction that they did from, boils, whatever they did. Satan he was just so done with them, he couldn't handle it no more. And because he killed them, remember, do not touch those who have been sealed. So y'all knew he would do it. So he killed them 3.5 days. In other words, on the third day, right? It was the third day they rose. Okay, where did the half come from? Because in that same hour, there was an earthquake.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is where the the other half of the day comes in. And they say, and during the hour right there, after those 3 days, that last half day is when the earthquake takes place and the seventh trump is blown. And it's during that half day that Yahshua shows up on the seventh trump. And right there back where they were assassinated at. So yeah, 3.5 days, that's how that ends. Isn't that something? So we glad that you guys gave us all those answers.
Yeah, so
All
y'all
right.
did good.
All right.
Woo-hoo!
All right.
Blow the trumpet in Zion.
Yeah, and great fear came up on a lot of them. And it was fear upon those who were mocking him. And then also, there's the word fear there that's in relationship to the saints. But they worshiped. They were excited. You know, we're going to be like, y'all better come. Y'all, we're excited about it because we're thrilled about what is absolutely taking place. Okay? All right. I think, okay.
No.
All right.
So,
Okay.
oh, Lord.
What?
What she probably use the restroom. Okay. I'm going to go switch deeper. Okay.
Wait, no, hold on. Let's see. I'm just going to text Fee.
She's not here. Be early.
Oh, she left? Okay. Well, put me on the screen.
I know that's
All right. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna talk you guys through. We're gonna absolutely go over a little bit more. I'm gonna read some of you guys' notes, and that you guys are putting up on the screen right now. Let me see here. It says, hold on here. I like your comments that you guys are going to. And I like yours, Valerie, what you talked about, that, what is this? Yeah, the Spirit entered back into them, the life of God, if you will, the life of Yah. And they stood back up on their feet. The Ruach HaKodesh did that. And great fear fell over them, which they saw them. Yeah. Dr. Rosetta, you said, I'm so on fire. Still thinking about chapter 10. Yeah, you know, you'll start noticing how all of them are threaded together. And this was what's important because each of them will tell their own stories. And they'll keep telling each story along the way. And you'll see that. So that's what's so important to know. And each of them will keep going on and on and on. Sheila, thank you. Revelations chapter 11, verse 11. That's great. Okay. All right. I think that is awesome. You know what? I like to know how well you guys are enjoying the King's Table tonight as well. But before we do that, we're going to take the time and we're going to go to our giving and our receiving. But before we do that, I want you guys to know from the bottom of my heart how much this blesses Kim and I. And more importantly, blesses everybody that gets to come back and watch this. This program, I never, ever thought in a million years that this would be the place that we would teach something that was so vitally important, like the seals, that Yah would use this platform to get his children sealed, that I will probably never meet again, see again in the natural. And I'm honored to teach this to you. Kim and I are extremely, way far better than being in any building that I could possibly be in. Right now, at this very moment, this very second, I'm so honored. So honored. And I'm so honored that you are taking the time out of your day to see the value of Yahshua's word like never before. And I'm telling you, I can't explain it enough. I'm so honored behind this. So we want to give you guys the opportunity to go to your Heavenly Father in your giving and receiving. We know that we talk about this subject. Why? Because it makes sure that we keep our flesh in check, that we don't get hung up on the world system. We don't have to worry about it. The Most High will open up the windows of heaven for our lives. So we have to do more than just give him a little something, a tip here and there. We need to honor him in our tithes and our offerings. And so we're going to give you that opportunity to do that right now. When we come back, we're going to get right back into it and go to the third question. So I want to thank you again. I mean it. I'm talking about the teaching part. The teaching part. Your giving is for you and it's towards your relationship with Yah, for wherever his name is laid at. That's something between you and him. And that's what you want to keep it as. Never keep it with the man. Never keep it with the individual. But Lord, this is the place where I'm learning your word. And if you could say that sincerely, then that's where your tithe is at. That's where your offering would go. Okay? So, well, I'll be right back, you guys. Go ahead and worship the Lord in your giving and receiving, and let's get back into it. Question number 3, and again, welcome to the King's Table. I'll be right back.
Generations after generations keep praising you, yet no word sums you up. Then I asked the Lord, what name fits you? And he said, yeah. Generations after generations keep praising you, yet no word sums you up. Then I asked the Lord, what name fits you? And he said, yeah. The hallowed one, yeah, the holy one, Yahweh, the King of Zion, yeah, the hallowed one, yeah, the holy one, Yahweh, the King of Zion.
Right, we are back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the broadcast. I was looking at a question. We're gonna put it. Can we put it on the screen? Sarah, I want to answer your question, and Otis, I want to answer your question that you asked, and you said, will Fox News or CNN or all the stations see the witnesses be killed, and who will be the witnesses? Elijah and Enoch. On the chapter 11, we talk about that. It will be Elijah and Moses. And if you guys can recall, the reason why I was going to the book of Ezekiel is to basically show you what they went through. And then how we can look at the signs and the miracles that they operated in. We know that Elijah had a tendency to pull fire from the sky, and we saw the examples of that with the captain that brought 50 men, and he burnt them up. Then another captain, he burnt them up. So it was fire. So we can see that, and then in Revelations chapter 11, it talks about that fire. And then the plagues and all the plagues that follow. It talks about how those two, it describes their gifts and their powers that they're going to be using in the book of Revelations chapter 11. So you don't have to guess whether or not it was Enoch. It let us see that. Plus, there's also another dual witness regarding them being the oil carriers. So there's another witness about that. Because if you understand the beginning, you'll understand the end. And it describes it. So Sarah and Otis, I just want to provide that for you, that it will be Elijah and Moses. Those are the two that are standing at the throne today. And when they arrive, they will arrive and they're going to irritate all the 5 assemblies. and those fake Jews that are over there right now wearing them black top hats, and all the Russian fake ones and all the different fake ones, but that's who's going to get irritable of him, and they're going to be used, and they're going to be the ones that are going to be celebrating. Even here in the U.S., they're going to be celebrating. But the beast will speak. And how does the beast speak? You got to realize back in those days, they saw a television like this, but they didn't know what it was. It said that the beast was speaking. So it's actually television, and where it's like, wait a minute, that thing is, can you imagine John back in that day?
Because
he's looking at a TV going,
and he had to describe
the image of the beast was speaking. Right. But he's watching TV.
Yeah. But he knew it was beast because what they were speaking was
he says
death and
he goes, the image spoke.
Yeah, the image spoke.
The image spoke. Where would he see that? He was watching a television or a big screen on the side of the wall. And he's like, man, the image of the beast spoke.
Yeah, because they had none of that.
They had none of that.
So how he couldn't even really describe what it was.
Yeah, how are you going to describe a television? You're like, you don't know what television. You just saw the guy that's acting like a maniac. I see him over there on that. He goes, the image was speaking.
That beast, that thing over there.
Yeah. So CNN and all the news channels are going to pick up all the things they're going to be doing.
Yes, they're going to be on with their cameras and watching all of it.
Yeah. You're welcome. I'm glad you got that understanding. Thank you for asking that question. And again, anybody else that has any of those type of questions, you can put them in there and we can answer them as well. Okay, guys, we are at the third question. Welcome again to the King's Table. We got question number 3. The first 2 questions, I'll just go ahead and state these right away. First question was, what was the subject matter for Revelations chapter 11? And everybody got that one completely right. You guys said there was 2 witnesses, the arrival of 2 witnesses, and you couldn't have done better. Okay, and then the question number 2 was, how long will it be after the 2 witnesses are killed before Yahshua returns? 3.5 days. 99% of you guys got that, and some of you didn't. You had correct answers, but they were incomplete. Well, we thank you for that. All right, now question number 3. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, now this one I didn't spend a lot of time on, but I need you to know who these guys are. If you've been paying attention, I've been stating this number quite a bit. Yeah. It's a number. It's a specific number. You should know who these people are.
And if not, still try.
Still try. Okay, no matter what. All right? Okay, let's go ahead. Let's roll the question out. The question is this. Who are the 7,000 men that will be slaughtered in chapter 11 of Revelation? Who are those men that will be slaughtered and literally taken out? Boom! Who are those men that will be slaughtered? And I call them men. Okay? So I want you guys to see that. All right. But yeah, it's been good and great for you guys to, ask your questions concerning the book of Revelation. And it's right. Everything is in writing. And we're not doing anything fancy. All we're doing is just reading it and providing the viewers what they can hear, okay, what they can see and hear. And I thank you guys for some of your answers there too. And it feels good to say Yah. It feels good to say Yahushua. It feels good to say his real name.
It do.
I like that.
It just has a melody behind it, don't it?
Yeah, I like it. Yahshua. Yeah, I like it.
And when
I know that I was saying it in heaven. So Yahuwah. We're saying Yahuwah.
Yahuwah. Yeah. See, automatically when you say Yahuwah,
Yahuwah,
stuff start coming out.
Just for the sake for those watching in the backdrop, is Yahuwah, okay, in the creator spot, and when Yahuwah, it goes from Yahuwah to Adonai, and then from Adonai to Yahushua. Yeah. And so a lot of people don't know that.
Yahuwah.
Yahuwah, 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 Yeah. Ooh.
Boy, I just, woo! I hear it. I hear that melody in heaven.
Yeah, it was very great. And you know, the thing is about during the first Earth Age, we didn't expect,
I like
because we didn't have anything that was evil around us.
Right.
So we didn't know anything was evil. It was like, who would want to turn against him, Most High? Who would want to take us through all of that?
I like what Valerie Cruz said. She said, I am so grateful to Yah for his powerful teaching. I have always wanted, and understand the book of Revelation and learn so much with clarity. It's so true. I know. It's like you've been seeking that. Like you've been seeking it. And now the time has come for you to get the seeking and the clarity that isn't it how look how good he is. I'm loving it, guys. I'm loving it. Yes. Yeah. You see?
I'm just thinking about it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I know what side I was on.
I mean, just imagine when he shows up, his eyes. I cannot wait. You know, that's why sometimes, you know, we see certain movies that inspire us. They got a little slither of something that was similar to heaven. And but it's exciting to know what's getting ready to happen, you guys. It's exciting to what's getting ready to happen.
It is. Exciting.
And we're getting ready to enter into a place, a time in these next 3 to 5 years with something that we've never seen before, and we are going to be rejoicing the whole time. And the world, if you just sit back and watch them, you know how you watch a fool run across you remember back in the day, you in the park, or you watch a football game and there'll be a streaker.
Yeah, they got to run across the field.
Yeah, always got a streaker.
Yeah, it's like, what's wrong with you?
Like run butt naked across the thing while everybody's watching the football game.
Right.
And that's what the world's doing right now. They streaking, and we just sit back watching them.
Pull your pants up. That's what we gonna say.
Nobody wants to see your butt.
Nobody wants to see your butt.
But that's what they're doing right now. They're showing their butt, and they're just running right now, running their religion, running through their religion program. We're just looking at them, just like streaking. But we sitting up in the audience. Yeah. All right, you guys. The question is, who are? Can you leave it up there again?
Yeah, I'm going to do it right now.
Who are the 7,000 men that will be slaughtered in chapter 11? And I know some of you guys are going back and forth there, but we want to hear your answers. But who are they? That's the question.
I just give I tell you, I get my own little zone. Oh man! And now, honey, you know what it say? You know, just be in your quiet time. That's where my husband, when quiet time, he get all these songs coming and flowing at him. He just has his own little melody and just go, cause that's just how the presence of when you know.
You guys remember it was like the song we got the right yeah. As we were moving. Whoa. Oh, right there. All that.
Yeah.
The angels are coming. I told you. Feels all right.
Uh-oh.
The harvest is plenty. I will worship you, Lord. Notice it didn't say GC. It didn't say JC.
You didn't even have it in there. Because that sound came from heaven.
It came from heaven. That's why I said the angels are coming.
I knew it came from heaven.
I was like,
when that foot started going.
Yeah. And I know it's coming when Stephanie hit that beat.
Yeah. Like when that foot started,
the
I said, oh.
fields are ripe. The harvest is plenty. I will worship you, Lord. Because when he said the harvest is plenty,
yeah,
I was like, I was thinking, was that natural harvest or was that the harvest of the souls?
No, it's the harvest of how Your harvest, you're gonna be in the midst of that, and it's gonna be plenty.
I will worship you, Lord.
You're gonna be in the midst of it. All the harvest.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's it. I know y'all remember that. But you gotta realize that was the first song
Okay.
that hit me like that. Right at that season of that time. And it wasn't like we weren't going from building to building because we had to go to building. It was the falling away started happening at that time.
Right in the midst of us. Right in the midst of
The
that.
falling away, that's when it began. And we didn't know it was the falling away,
Right.
but why that song?
Well, we didn't know that was an event. Because the falling away is not the Trump, but it's an event that leads into it's an action that leads into look at all these that leads into an event.
Right. Pastor Kim's looking at bugs, y'all.
Y'all know.
She see the little buggies out there.
Oh, okay. So y'all ready?
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
I'll put it up one more time.
Okay. Put it up for one more time.
Oh man. Now you know I'm gonna feel like it's y'all, you know, me and my husband. My husband's laughing because he know, like, here she goes. She gonna think they all over her. Oh, that's so funny. We will worship. We will worship.
Okay. Let's see.
We there.
What else did you guys get?
They still.
You guys are still answering?
No, they
okay.
did it. They did 3 rounds of the questions going up. The question going up. I did it 3 times for them. There's a lot of them in here. I gotta go back. I gotta find the first one. Monica's the first one.
Monica's the first one? Okay. All right. So the question was, who are the 7,000 men that will be slaughtered in chapter 11? And what do we have? What is that answer?
The answer is this.
They are the fallen angels that followed Lucifer in the first earth age and came down from the time of Noah. That's my answer. You're supposed to show their answers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pastor Kim is so ahead of everybody.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I was like reading that going, who got that answer? You gave up the answer.
Well, we gave the answer, so now let's go back. Let's read it. No, let's do a backwards thing. This is the answer. Okay? They can't do it because we already did it. So this is their...
But some of them will keep on giving the
No,
answers.
that won't count because we already know who was last. I already know who the last one was.
Right.
So this was the answer. Now we're going to go into what you guys got to say. Here we go. Because I think it's... But sometimes we need to do backwards.
Okay, so...
See?
What did she put here?
She said the fallen that
We're in chains and going around whoring. Their judgment is on this day. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
See?
And so we're going to see that. That's what we're going to do. The news going to be, they're going to drop dead. Boom! They're going to drop dead.
Vicky Retta, she said.
7,000 that are fallen angels locked up today. That's correct. Now, how did they get out? You guys remember the key?
That's our second half.
The king, the guy, the king of the pit.
He a king of a pit.
He got a king of the pit, so he gets to unlock him and let him out. Okay, next one.
Ooh.
I know.
Allie.
Allie.
These was like the days of Noah. Death to them, the fallen.
These are like the days of Noah.
Lucifer.
The death to them of the fallen angels of Lucifer. Yeah, they're men though. Keep that in mind. They are men.
Mariah.
I put they were the 10th
No, Mariah said they were the 10th.
part of the city that fell during the earthquake. They were part of the remnant. Mariah, I don't think that's it. I'll make it simple for you. It was what everybody else said. The 10th part of the city. No, that was
Adrian put the same thing.
okay. The 10th part of the city that fell during the earthquake, the part of the remnant. No, these are the 7,000. The 7,000 that these are the men that they were the first 7,000 that left their holy habitation, and then they went. They're the ones that created the hybrids, and so they got locked up because they were just totally wicked, and Lucifer let them back out with his key. The whoremongers is my part, all right. Let me see here. I believe so. The whoremongers is my part, all right. I have so much fun at the table. I didn't see your answer, technically. I didn't see
Yeah.
what.
No, that's it.
Put me up by myself
Dang, come on.
because I came with this. Pastor Kim is going. So, Dr. Rosetta, I would say that I didn't see your answer, that you put up your answer. I didn't get a chance to see it. Let me see here. You said the whoremongers, okay? And you have so much fun. That's all I see at your response, okay? Let me see. Are they going to come through CERN? That was built in Switzerland. No, that's just Sarah. Oh, we missed your answer. Okay, I didn't see the answer. It probably didn't show up. It didn't post. I didn't miss it. I'm looking for it. Yeah, I don't see it after it's probably a technical thing with Facebook, or excuse me, with
What was her question?
yeah, I didn't see your answer, but it's probably a thing we can probably see it in a little bit. Okay, Kim's gonna look for it to see if she can see it on her end, because those little gnats was bothering her. She can't think with those gnats. Okay. I still don't see it. It didn't come through. I'm sorry. Yeah, we missed your answer. It didn't come through. But if you can repost it, that'll be great. Sarah, I want to go to answer your question, and I want to preface it by saying that many people absolutely are concerned about CERN, okay? And because they're concerned about CERN, CERN is, for some of you that don't know, they're trying to tap into other dimensions and things of that nature. This is far bigger than that. But it's far bigger than that. So CERN is not the portal where these fallen angels are coming from. They're coming from the bottomless pit where they were chained up at, and that happened after Noah. So during the time that Noah, where the Geber or the giants were made, and the Most High came and destroyed the earth, or destroyed a big portion of it at that time, and locked those men up that did that, those angels. And so when Satan returns back, he's going to unlock them during the season of locusts, and he's going to bring his army with him, and they will show up at the sixth trump. And so these are those 7,000 that are recorded in the book of Jude that left their holy habitation. Because why? They didn't want to be born through the woman. So they left the holy habitation, and they came and they made it with the woman. They create those hybrids. Okay, is because that's what they did, and that's what it talks about in Jude as well.
No, no, Dr. Rosetta, you're not before Allie. It's not showing at all. It might be showing on your end, but it's not.
Yeah, it might show on your end, but we don't see it.
And it could be your end that's blocking you from like whatever. It's probably got a restriction.
We saw some of the things that you posted, like we see the whoremonger statement, and I had just so much fun at the table. We see that, and then we see you guys missed my answer. Then the second time you missed my answer, and then a third time you said I'm before Allie. So we see that.
Yeah. Allie is Mariah's. Vicky's before Allie. And then Monica. That's where we started.
We see Monica, Vicky, Allie, Mariah.
Yeah, there's not, your answer's not there.
Okay. We don't see your answer.
But okay.
Wait, let's see. I got one more here, and I'm gonna.
I said, okay, it's over.
What's that? Pastor Kim's ready. She's itching over here. That's how she get with the little gnats, y'all. It's game over, man.
Game over. It's like,
I told her, don't open that window.
And now he want to go all into the book and everything.
Yeah, I want to see.
Okay, y'all, it's gonna be one-on-one with you and Mark. Because I'm telling you right now, these teams feel like
yes.
they're all over me.
That's the same thing that I'm talking about. No, Adrian, you got it right. At the same hour, which is that time, the 10th part of the city fell. Okay, earthquake, and slain of men was 7,000. There was 7,000 men that were slain. Okay.
Mariah put the same one.
And the remnant was frightened. And again, that was the remnant. It's not the frightened part. They actually gave glory to Elohim. So that was a remnant that was like, yes. You know? I hope that helps. Right? Yeah. Okay, guys.
Y'all laughing at me over there?
Y'all laugh. I know they laughing at you with all these mosquitoes.
Lord knows, I'm telling you.
I think that's the country part that came out of me. Oh, that's okay. There's a bunch of gnats. We'll be fine. She hates gnats, y'all. She will shut down the whole house to kill one little gnat. I don't know.
It's done and over, honey.
All right. Let's go. Okay. You want to do the extra one? Did you put the extra one out there?
I didn't put it out there because I don't know what you're doing. I was about to say we over. It's 9:04. It's 9:04.
Okay, Pastor Kim. Okay, we got 45 minutes into it.
No, that's restarted it.
Okay. All right. We're not going to do the last one, I guess.
No.
Pastor Kim's ready to shut out, y'all. She want to get rid of these gnats. We got quite a few of them in here. I think that's my southern part coming out.
Yeah, like, that's why I didn't like visiting over there with your family. Yeah, I want to talk.
I was happy this week. My auntie, Evelyn, she went home to be with the Lord. She's up there praising Him right now. So I'm excited about that for her.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
Allie has a question. Allie, as soon as I want to get up off this thing, you got a question. I just messed it. I don't think you can see it, honey.
I can't see. What is the question?
So, okay, question. So these was men who lived in the first earth age. Now, how many angels are men coming out the pit? The Besorah said 1,000. So was this the third of the Lucifer army?
You're gonna see the 200,000 is what is made mention of, and then also. This 7,000 were the ones that left their holy habitation, and then you'll have a third, which are those 7,000 that are mentioned, and you'll keep seeing that word 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. But there is an army, and that's what it's talking about, and then he has like he's got like 10 of them are his leaders. There's the ones that got crowns on their head. Remember, we read we went over that to chapter 10. They have crowns on their head, and there's 10 of them, And then, but we're going to see a lot more about his army and his structure in the next 2 chapters. That's why I'm really excited about doing that. And yes, Sarah, they are found in the book of Jude. You're absolutely right about that. Okay. So that's important to know as well. Okay. And Dr. Rosetta, nobody sees your answers. And I know she probably doesn't like that.
I know. But that could be YouTube doing that to you. Probably a certain word they don't like you using. No, I'm just saying typing. It does that. Not a bad thing. It just,
she just said. Pastor Kim, I see a bug on your neck.
No, you don't.
Yeah. You almost made her jump up.
No, I know there ain't no bug on my neck.
She was about to jump up.
That's so funny.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, Lord. Y'all know y'all country folks.
We're in a studio. We never open up this this window over here. Ever. So she decided to open it up tonight.
He decided to open up tonight.
I decided to open up, and
invited
we invited every critter in here possible. But
almost having like, am I seeing these 5 up in here? These 5. These nasty, these pestilence.
What has been your review of tonight, you guys?
And see, he still want to keep going. I'm about to end this while he talks.
Hey, let us know. Hey, can you do us a favor and then write down your comments about what you have experienced tonight? We want to hear directly from you. And again, write down your comments right when the program is going off. And please stay tuned. Watch the announcements as you put your comments in the little chat there. We want to hear from you about how you're enjoying the program, and invite somebody out to it as well. So what would you say to a person? Why should they watch this program? We want to hear from you. And we pray that tonight it was a blessing to you. We look forward to seeing you on this Wednesday evening, 7:30 p.m. We're going to continue to go over chapter 11 and continue on chapter 11 because we're going to preserve chapter 12 for this Sunday. It's going to be really good. So, all right, guys, that's it for this evening here at the House Campus at the King's Table, inviting kings like you out to do Q&A. We're so thankful that you joined us. Remember these words. If you be in the Mashiach, then you are Abraham's seed and an heir according to the promise. God bless you. Stay tuned for the announcements, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.
There's no better way to spend